Downtown Kansas City reached a tipping point this year as national attention turned our way, piqued by a world-class experience, the opening of the Kauffman Center for the Performing Arts. The Downtown Council is proud to recognize the guiding light of the Kauffman Center, Julia Irene Kauffman, with its highest honor, the J. Philip Kirk Jr. Award. The award is presented annually to a leader whose vision, guidance, and commitment have contributed to the revitalization of downtown. Julia Kauffman epitomizes these qualities. We are inspired by the fearless road Julia traveled over these last 16 years to conceive, fund, and build one of the most technically and architecturally perfect performing arts centers in the world. She began that journey by traveling the country to learn from those who would know best.
I went around the United States and looked at different performance halls, and I really would go in and say, what would you do differently? What did you do wrong? As opposed to what did you do right? So we really tried to do our homework before we even hired an architect. And what was interesting is the Kravitz in Palm Beach, the Broward in Fort Lauderdale in particular, and the Meyerson in Dallas, when I first saw them, they were in the middle of nowhere with nothing much around them. Particularly the Kravitz had parking lots all with weeds growing. And when I went back with the board 2 or 3 years later, I couldn't even find the buildings. The businesses and buildings had sprung up around it. So I'm hoping that that will have somewhat the same effect around this building, is that it will make our downtown thrive even more.
Julia Kauffman is chairman and chief executive officer of the Muriel McBrien Kauffman Foundation, established in 1987. In 1995, Ms. Kauffman was designated chairman of the board of the Kauffman Center and spearheaded the effort to bring the Performing Arts Center to life. One of her first stops on this journey was to see internationally acclaimed architect Moshe Safdie.
This was the need for Kansas City, and also this is one of the reasons Moshe was picked, is his reputation is such that he's able to tie not old areas with new areas, blighted areas to populous areas, and he's been very good at this. So we felt he'd be excellent down here. Not only did he have a diverse set of architecture, a lot of architects, to me, all their buildings look similar, whereas Moshe's are all different, and he ties them into where they are, and I think he's done that beautifully here.
Just weeks after its September opening, New York Times critic Zachary Wolf spent a week at the Kauffman Center before writing this review. I've never seen a performing arts space that seems to relish its location so much, to be so proud of the city it shows off. People appear delighted just to be there. The Kauffman Center has glamour, that indefinable, impossible to engineer quality. It is accessible and even friendly, but it elevates you. There's the sensation of going someplace. That Kauffman Center's personality was the highlight of its public grand opening on September 18th, as 55,000 visitors braved long lines and a rainy day to get a peek at Kansas City's new jewel on the hill. And right in the center of the action was Julia Kauffman, who personally greeted guests for more than 7 hours without a break. In fact, for the last hour of the open house, guests waited in line to thank her, to get an autograph, or to snap a photo. It was a remarkable and memorable Kansas City moment. Today, with the grand opening a wonderful memory and daily operations the new normal, Julia Kauffman is far from resting on her laurels. It's time for her next chapter in the development of the Kauffman Center.
I really want to get education going. We're just up and running, and that's really my next project for the center, is I want all the children in greater Kansas City to come and experience music now. So I think that's important, and I'm hoping that Mr. Kauffman's foundation will get tied into that. So that's kind of Daddy's education, was his passion, and I feel the same way about music education. I hope you don't put that silliness in the beginning on it. I didn't realize
we were going live.
Yeah.